Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Director, for your service to our country. We've talked about Putin's desire to weaken our democracy from the inside out. And I want to turn to how our democracy has been undermined by attacks on our military, diplomatic, and intelligence professionals. In our 240 years, America has spent a lot of blood and treasure to make the world safe for democracy. We work to ensure this at home, and we work to ensure it abroad. Our diplomatic, intelligence, and military professionals have been at the forefront of that effort. They're the reason we've succeeded. They've worked tirelessly to promote democratic values because we value democracy in itself, but also because it helps us to prevent war. Now, those professionals have helped advance the cause of freedom, and they've helped enable economic opportunities. Director Brennan, in your mind, does Putin want us to be successful? And secondly, does he want to see democracy thrive around the world? I would imagine he doesn't.
No and no.
Director Brennan, how do our intelligence professionals in particular support America's mission to protect the world from war and to maintain global stability?
We are this nation's forward deployed radar. We are the ones that need to make sure that we understand what is going on, but also what is underway in the future. We need to make sure that we're able to assess capabilities and intentions of foreign actors if they try to do us harm, as well as to support our diplomatic efforts, our warfighters, our homeland security specialists, and others. The foreign intelligence IC community has an enormous task to cover the globe, do it 24/7, frequently in places where they are in harm's way, but also in other areas where the threat to U.S. national security is much less obvious, much more insidious, and sometimes much more threatening. And so therefore, our nation's intelligence professionals really have a lot on their shoulders as far as keeping this country safe and secure.
Yes, sir. And lastly, Director Brennan, do you believe, sir, that Putin and the Kremlin would like to see us hamper and shrink our intelligence and diplomatic capabilities?
Sure, they know that we are their principal nemesis. We are the reasons why they have not been successful in so many areas, and we've been able to undercut and undermine them. So although they are capable, I wouldn't suggest for one moment that the U.S. intelligence community has not been very successful in preventing and thwarting Russian activities.
That's so important, sir. You know, Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis, I think he knows that diplomats are the tip of the spear. He said himself in 2013, and I quote, "If you don't fully fund the State Department, then I need to buy more ammunition," end quote. So I'm concerned, as we all are, sir, when we see proposed cuts of a third to the State Department, a third to the entire budget, their entire budget, and the announcement that we, the United States of America, no longer champion human rights around the world. We are concerned with efforts to undercut our intelligence professionals, comparing them at times to Nazis. Comments by our own leaders. We can't let Vladimir Putin continue to undermine us by doing exactly what he wants us to do. Generations of intelligence, diplomatic, and military professionals have fought for our independence and for the march of democracy around the world. And I don't think, sir, neither do the rest of us, that we can't let their important work prove to be nothing. I thank you for your commitment and service to our great nation. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Jim yields back. I inadvertently skipped Mr. Rooney.